I am Christopher Beck, and this is my recording for Assignment 2, Dots and Boxes. Here is what the command window will look like once you first start up the program. It will ask you for the size of one edge of the board, which for example purposes I'll set to 2. And then the number of plies the AI will search, for example, we'll set to 4. Then to enter in your move, you type in the column, the row, and the direction you want to put the line. Then your line and the AI's line will be pressed. And then you just continue the game. And then that continues until one player wins and the other loses. The score is here, the board is here, and it will keep asking you until the game is over. As for my code itself, I wrote a recursive function to handle the AI. The first function called is AI move, which just takes in the game board, which is a 2D array of structs. The structs contain one integer being the value of the cell and 4 booleans being the sides. The function then iterates through every struct, checking to make sure that it's not already there, and then runs the AI through what would happen if it picked that side and calls the next function, which will then predict what the player will do. I will show that in a minute. Alpha beta starts with beta. Since the first node is a min node, it keeps track of beta here, and also the move that the AI would need to make in order to minimize the output. It runs through these for every column, and then once it finds the optimal move, it sets the AI score to the value returned by the move plus the old score. Player max is called by AI move. This is the predicted optimal player input. It's the max node on the minimax tree. It has alpha, gets beta passed in from above. Pruning happens if alpha is ever greater than or equal to beta, preventing unnecessary leaf nodes from being explored. Player max in turn will call AI min with the same inputs that player max takes. The only difference between AI min and player max is that player max is a max node where AI min is a min node. Here is AI min. It takes in the alpha from the player max, then does more pruning, but this time if beta is less than or equal to alpha. It does this every time after a move, and it will keep recursively calling functions until it reaches the depth limit, where the depth limit will set the move and then start returning values up the chain. This is how my tree works with recursion. Thank you for listening to my presentation.